Hello, everyone. Happy
Hello.
Friday. Happy Friday. Friday.
Friday.
Yep. And thank you, Bob. This you got your questions. So if you have questions, go ahead and pop them in, and I will star them, and they'll go right in order there. Okay, Kim. So we made it to Friday.
We did, and I did it my live yesterday. So
Yeah.
some things I'm sure I probably looked at, and I will, be happy to share what I got, and if there's anything new, of course I'll say it.
Yeah.
But it's been a heck of a week. It's been quite a week.
What was the feel yesterday with everybody? Do you feel like people were still people are really feeling it?
Yesterday, yes. I feel like everybody kind of feels, I think what people were feeling yesterday and probably today as well is kind of exhausted, kind of like it was kind of an edge of your seat kind of a week. Everybody was kind of waiting and thinking, is there going to be more? What's the next day going to bring? It reminded me a little bit of the same kind of roller coaster as the early days of the pandemic, where it just, you were kind of waiting for some good news and it all kept just being kind of bad news. And you're like, okay, what is going on here? So, but people seemed in good spirits.
Yeah.
Even though,
and I think that's important that we have the opportunity here to really try to keep that energy of hope and up. As we're not right in the middle of it like they are, but we can help out that way and keep our side of the energy up.
Yes.
Balance that out as we're all connected. Greeter hugs to you too. What was I seeing here? I guess I missed it. It was going fast. Okay. So, there has been some news that came out today, which is something good that we can hold on to actually for a minute. A judge issued in Texas, a judge issues a temporary injunction barring Texas from investigating pediatric gender-affirming care as child abuse.
Good grief.
Right. So that's good. That's a positive.
Sure we are. That's good. Yeah, that is good.
Susie says, I was beginning to wonder, not too many readers have been around the last few days. Wondered if it was because they were seeing things they didn't want to reveal. You know what, Susie? It's also, it's heavy energy, super hard energy to get into and be reading on it. And so I don't know about any other readers, but I know I was thankful for my day off yesterday. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's been a rough one. This week has been rough. And I was saying when I first got on that can you hear the cars outside? The sideshows in Vallejo. Oh yeah. It was for now. Isn't that great?
Hello.
Anyway. It'll stop in a minute. It's fine.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Hilarious.
Here, I'll go like this. You can talk for a second, Debbie.
No, it's okay. We love hearing it.
Anyway, the cops will come. It's okay. But last night when I got on, I had said that I felt like I had some weird symptoms that I hadn't had in a really, really long time. As a empath, I had some memory issues, just like forgetting a point, like very, very distracted. I had like body aches, almost like low, like kind of feverish symptoms.
Yeah.
It reminded me a lot of when I'd have my fibromyalgia kind of like flare-ups. And it was all of that. It was just the
It's
stress of the times and feeling it all. Yeah.
And when we're asked to read on it, we literally step into the energy more. So I feel like that's happening as well. And that's why I feel like as readers, we need to take extra care of ourselves. Sandra, thank you. Blessings to you. KB, I wondered that too. KB says, I wonder if these states know how many LGBTQ voters there are, including, it popped up. The chat's moving quickly tonight, including family members of,
that's it, right? I don't think it seems to me like a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, all the time, Republican, that their leaders, they're so out of touch with the world now, how much it's changed. And I know that that's the whole thing, is they're trying so hard to pull us backwards, to pull back. They want to go back. That is what they're trying to do. And at the same time, I don't think they realize how much the world has already changed. There's no going back. It's already changed. They can't stop anything. It's already happened. It's like howling into the wind, really, it's done. But they keep trying. But I agree. I don't think they realize how many voters are out there that do not agree with them at all.
They can't handle the loss of their patriarchal system control. They just can't handle it.
Yeah. That is exactly what it is. It's that trying to hold on to the what they've had for so long. But get over it.
Get over it. Get over it.
Get over it. Exactly.
So I don't know if you've ever heard of Irish Granny Tarot.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I went on with her earlier today, and we talked a lot about all his ins and outs, and like the whys, and why are we here, and what's like all this, and but we were talking about. She said, "I'm boycotting Disney because the CEO was unwilling to kind of go against DeSantis with this whole say gay bill."
Mm-hmm.
And so we actually did a reading on it, and I'm like, oh, this is going to go bad for him if he continues down this road. It's going to be a huge backlash. And then tonight before coming on, I wanted to check any new news before we came on, and
right.
He's now apologized for the silence on the "Don't Say Gay" bill.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting. Well,
yeah.
Wow, that was a fast turnaround. Good.
Yeah, because the backlash was hitting. Does he know how many gay? Exactly, William. I'm telling you, it's like, are you sure you want to pick this fight when the majority?
Exactly.
Oh my God. Yeah. So that was something that came out that was positive-ish.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, I mean, that's it, right? You have to take those little celebrate those little victories.
Yeah. We have to. And Kim, and I think of you every time too, looking at the pictures coming out and the videos coming out of Ukraine, and also those people who have left and escaped. It is so hard. It is just gut-wrenching, every single picture, and how to get through. How do we get through this together? United together,
Right.
because it's so hard to be on this side of that picture,
right.
and feeling helpless. And the thing is we look at these pictures and we see ourselves. That makes a difference.
Yeah.
Because we're seeing ourselves and we're like, oh my gosh, that literally, we resemble each other. You know what I mean? It looks like us.
Right.
And
It's exactly. And I think that makes a difference unfortunately, it does make a difference in the support and the way people are looking at this as well. So people don't like it. They don't like seeing this. And I think that, I think anybody that is continuing, like they were talking about Tucker Carlson, continuing to do the Putin rhetoric and this, it's really going to age badly. They're really on the wrong side of history, because that guy is going down. I'm telling you. I told you before. I just like Linda, I told you, but I did say if he goes in, he's done. He's finished. They're going to put him in a box and he's done, because the world will unite and say, no, that you cannot do this. You cannot do this. Another weird thing was that I don't know why I kept feeling this way, and this is for entertainment purposes only. Do you have your little card that says, but it's for entertainment purposes only?
I do.
Whenever I look at him, and I did have somebody kind of send me an article that I don't know where it was from, one of the news, things. So, and you never know what is right, what's wrong. But every time I look at him, I keep thinking he's dying. He's dying. And so I don't know if he's actually dying or if he's dying inside, or his dream is dying, but it's not good. Let me just say that it's not good. He is in a real spiral downward. He's going in this direction and not coming back. I don't feel like he's going to ever what he once was ever. He's done. And I don't know. He's not. That's it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. It's almost like a last ditch something.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree. It's just hard watching, and then all the loss already, and
right.
And what I mean, literally what is being said about the United States now, the West, and that is being believed by a lot of the Russian people.
It's insanity. Well, I think that's it too, Debbie, is that there is something about that, the way that he and Trump both did that to the American people, how they would do something awful and horrible and disgusting and then completely lie about it or turn it around, gaslight us. Yes. It was just insult to injury, because we were already gut-wrenched about whatever it was, COVID or the economy or whatever. And then just to blatantly turn it around and say, and it's you guys did this. This is your fault. It's just disgusting. And it's so hard. It's so heart-wrenching, especially to see how in Ukraine, how they are suffering, how the human cost, how they are suffering in every single way. And then they make up these lies about how they're Nazis and how they're all these horrible, horrible things, insult to injury. I kind of move away from the word evil, because I think, we can't forget these are people that are doing this stuff. These are people.
Right.
And this is what people can be capable of. But if this isn't evil, I don't really know what is. It's really disgusting.
Right. I mean, it's evil incarnate, like soulless, that you could, but it's the playbook. It's the playbook, and they're, taking out all the hospitals, including children's hospitals, and it's just disgusting, and it's soulless and evil. Absolutely. Cheryl, thank you so much. Blessings to you. So yeah, we're on this. It's just like hopefully we can keep screaming about this, and that's helpful, because it's important that we not hide our heads with this, and continue to talk about the injusticeness of it, because injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
Yes. Oh, is that what your shirt says? That's cool. Mine just has a VW bus on it.
I love. And did you know
the hippie shirt?
they are coming out with the new VW bus?
Oh, really?
Yes, and it's going to be electric.
Oh my gosh!
Link. I am so excited about this. Of course, it's a dream, but I'm going to pretend. Awesome. I'm going to pretend. I'm going to manifest that's going to be my car.
That is awesome. Rebecca loves your cards, Debbie.
Yay.
That's so great. That's so great.
So, and as you notice, she's in a cute little t-shirt. The sun is shining behind her.
Really hot or warm today. It was a really nice day. Yeah.
She got to work out in the yard. She looks all tan. And yes, I still have frozen snow on the ground here.
Is it snowing there still?
It didn't snow today, but it didn't melt much either because it's so cold.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Debbie, I'm sorry. It'll springtime will come. Even to Colorado.
At some point, right? So the other thing, before we step into the questions, is China's response to all this. I personally think that they were in on this a long time ago. This is all part of the little layout plan. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Did you read on this last night?
I didn't. No, I didn't look at China at all. Okay. Anything about China.
This isn't, their little playbook. This is not a new thing against the West. I just feel like they, and they, they're stating that they, first of all, they blame the U.S. and the sanctions put out for the harshness toward. And it's like, wait a minute, the harshness already happened. We put the sanctions after they decided to. But anyway, so they're blaming the U.S. They're and all this, and it seems like they're literally partnering up with Russia on this. I kind of wanted to dive into this a little bit, if we can, to kind of see. Okay, so she asked Putin to just do it after the Olympics. Oh yeah, so that alone, that he's like asked Putin, wait till after the Olympics to do your thing. It's all been in the talks. I feel like it's all been in the plan, and now they're kind of, but with us so entangled with China, what does this mean? What is this going to mean? So I kind of wanted to, this seems to be out front right now. So slippery. So
I just heard our hands are tied. So I feel like it with China and with the US, it always feels like this. There's only so much we can do. It's like we're so intertwined now with our weird dependence on their, I hate to say junk, but their junk.
Oh yeah.
But that's what I'm hearing about us, is our hands are tied, and just this how intertwined we are, and that this is all part of what we're having to learn, is that is how our values have been screwed up for a really long time. And it's again, I mean, I hate to go back, but it is like when I did my 2022 predictions, that video, it kept saying that this year was the year everything was coming to a head. It was just going to be thing after thing after thing. And we've had these really messed up values, and I don't mean us, I mean our countries and economies and stuff, been dependent on oil and been dependent on, on stuff made in sweatshops and being just profits over everything else, and all these weird values that we've had for so long that have corrupted now every part of our system, that of course it has to come to a head. It does have to kind of explode in some way,
exactly,
rebuild it and start again, because we have effed it up completely. And it's been over generations. It hasn't been just now.
Exactly.
It's a long time and a long process. And but again, like you've said many times, Debbie, that we're moving to a higher consciousness. And when you do that, stuff has to break down. I always think of the Tower card.
Yes, I was when you were describing it, I'm like, that is total Tower card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that is what's happening as well. And so it's not as unpleasant as it's going to be usually always for the lower class, the lower income people, middle income people. It's going to be really unpleasant for the upper echelons this time too. That's some of the good news. It's going to be very, very hard on them, and they're going to have to change things because of the way things are going to start to roll. Yeah, it's going to be a little different this time. And we're being pushed. I just heard we're being pushed. There's something about we're being pushed off a cliff in some way here, because we've had many little opportunities to fix stuff and change stuff, and we're not getting it. And so now we're kind of being pushed off a cliff in a way.
Yeah. To readjust.
Yes.
The dollar store.
Yeah. Well, it is, right?
We got to we're going to need to readjust our thinking as far as that type of purchasing and like that. I feel like with but China and that whole, in Russia, that whole thing right now, and I got the word slippery. Remember, I'm like, oh, he's just slippery. Yeah. Well, look what card came out. First card out. Snake.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So she will maneuver to whatever best in their interest.
Yeah.
And they will maneuver in, and they'll play all like, I'm with you. You're doing the right thing, blah, 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 just like a snake. And, but they'll cut it off as soon as it's not going to be beneficial to them.
Yep. I do feel like it's weird because I see Joni's comments, or somebody saying that China pushed Putin and now they're kind of watching the outcome. And I think that's I'm sure that's true. But I also always feel like Xi does not like it's almost like, get out of here already with Putin. It's like, just be gone, just go. Yeah. So I think maybe part of the plan, as well as maybe this will get rid of him, or maybe this will be kind of hurt him or something. I feel like you're right. They'll do kind of whatever's best for them, especially to get ahead of the West in some way, or to put a chokehold on the West in some way.
Yep.
But I do feel like in a way there's something about like pushing Putin out of the way in a way. So I don't know necessarily that they want like regime change in Russia or whatever, but I do feel like for some reason, I feel like she is kind of like, would you just get out of here already? So maybe.
Yeah. And kind of
complicated, right? So I don't know, but it does feel like he's pushing him away, like he doesn't not like him and he wants him gone. So maybe he thinks this will get rid of him. I don't know.
And also kind of like, you do your thing, so then I can do my little thing.
Yeah.
Whatever he has up his sleeve. But yeah, he definitely, he's just like, yeah, you do your thing. You're the big man, blah, 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 blah in his ear. But
yeah. I think that is spot on.
Yeah. Oh, so China wants, and to be honest, I was hearing, and I hearing as I, stepping into this energy that, China relies on the U.S. So it's two. Like we
They
rely
do.
on them.
That's it. It's right. That's right. I mean, and it's definitely we're definitely reliant on one another for sure. And so that's why it is so tippy toe. It's complicated. And that's why I think you're right. Even if they are nudging on Russia, our hands are tied. We're there's some, we're in a certain position, and we put ourselves there. We really did. Tarot Love was asking me if I do readings. I don't do readings. I'm going to be doing just mentoring, and that will start in July. So, but I'm going to be starting to book for July in April. So, just to answer that question, Debbie, do you do readings?
I still do readings. I do a little of everything. I have my hands in everything. Yeah, so we are teaching our classes. I am still doing private readings, So, and we have some exciting classes coming up that we will probably announce the next time we're on together.
Yes,
because we'll be all ready by then.
We'll be all ready by then. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but thank you, Tarot Love community.
Tarot Love community. Good to know, Ken. Yes, thank you. Yay! Oh my gosh, you got a cup?
Mm-hmm.
Where did they have? They have merchandise.
Yeah, they got merch.
Oh, neat! Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have to order something.
You can do different colors, whatever color you want. Of course, I have the yellow because guess what my yellow Volkswagen van's going to be. That's what my yellow
is. It going to be yellow?
I got too excited and I got mine in there. But yeah, I had a yellow Volkswagen bus. That's why I want to.
Oh, those are so cute. Oh, nice.
Yeah. Anyway,
well,
thank you, Renee.
Nice.
Okay, let's take a.
So China, I think you're right. They're playing. They're kind of playing both sides and maneuvering to help themselves.
It's almost like you don't need to be psychic to know that.
No, probably not.
But that's what we're getting anyway. There you go. All right.
Cassie always calls she Pooh Bear because he hates when people they think he looks like Winnie the Pooh, and he hates that. So that's what Cassie always calls him. He's like, "Oh, Pooh Bear."
Yeah,
poor Pooh Bear.
Probably not liking that. Okay, going in order here of the questions coming in. Our first one is from Bob Lowe. Bob Lowe. Hi, Bob. When will Russia ties to Fox News be revealed? I'm seeing individuals being targeted possibly here.
Oh.
Maybe not like as a whole, but possibly individual ties. I know you say Fox News.
Yeah. I'm also seeing money, Debbie. So I wonder if there's going to be money tied to individuals that comes out. There's going to be a lot of stuff that comes out. And I think a lot of it is going to come from the January 6th committee. All the bank stuff and all that stuff and now that they've cut off like all the sanctions and all the banks and everything, we're going to find it all out.
Yeah.
So I keep seeing money stuff for some reason. So I wonder if it will be we'll find out the individuals through that kind of stuff, through the money stuff. I keep seeing Tucker Carlson too, so I wonder if something's coming up with him. I mean, we all know he is just completely gross.
I think something's going to happen to Tucker Carlson
too.
I have the man in the coffin. Yeah. And right when I saw that throwdown, I'm like, I think that's Tucker right there.
And I always felt like, or I have felt, actually always, recently I have felt like Fox News is going to have to kind of rebrand or like relaunch themselves in some way. It's almost like they're going to be taken down with all of this. And by taken down, I just mean like their reputation is going to be so tarnished by maybe, like you said, by individuals, that they're going to have to kind of new Fox, or whatever, or they'll have to get rid of so many people that's like, oh, this isn't Fox anymore. This is, this is the new Fox people. Whatever. I just feel like they're going to have to rebrand or kind of the way Facebook did a little bit, how they had to kind of clean up their act a little bit and do things a little differently. And whether it will, I don't think it will end Fox, but I do think it will. They're definitely, I feel like even now, like they're losing people all the time. It's like every day they are just losing their audience. So I don't know who's left, but people that are too, so old they can't get up and change the channel. I guess that's who's left, because that's all I can think of. Nobody else is watching Fox.
I do feel like there's gonna be some kind of sweeping up, cleaning up a bit. It will still remain a very conservative channel, which is good. You don't want everything the same.
Right.
We're humanity, for goodness sake. We need checks and balances. I feel like it's going to still be conservative, but it's going to be more of a conservative thought, not poison. What's coming down on them is the poisonous rhetoric and the lies and that kind of.
It's propaganda, and they keep trying to prop up Putin and on certain shows there, and I just think this is not going to go the way they seem to think it's going to. It's not going to be like the other stuff Putin has done, where he kind of gets away with it and kind of moves on. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be different. So anybody connected with him it's going to look bad. It's not as though it's going to look like he's I think that's why my guides had shown him with Hitler. I really do think he's going to be one of those people where just the sound of his name in history is going to be like, oh, that he was so horrible and so awful. That's what it's going to be. So you're tied to him and you were rooting for him and stuff. It's going to look bad.
And people are going to just want to, just like those who followed Hitler, they just faded into the wallpaper, trying to kind of, let's forget that ever happened.
Right, exactly. Or do exactly.
So I do see with Fox here, again, this is, they're being forced to change their message here, basically. They're going to be, it's going to be kind of forced upon them to change their message because.
So Debbie, when it had the cross, does that have something to do with them being repentant at all, or being, or is that not what that? I don't.
Well, yeah, I mean that could be part of it, like taking the deep self-reflection.
Yeah.
It can be repentant. It can be, for sure. But this whole, they're going to take that deep reflection, and they're going to have to take a look at their false narrative, okay? And that's the card, totally, and change their message. and that's the writer coming in, and that's all about progress and messages coming in. So
Right.
they have to, because what they are is ending.
Right. I think that's perfectly said.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you, Bob, for that.
Yeah, it was a good question.
Okay, Tina. Hi, Tina. Tina's asking, New York Supreme Court judge is allowing Smartmatic to proceed with their $2.7 billion lawsuit against Fox and others, citing Tucker Carlson's own words in his ruling. How will that turn out? Oh, interesting. Well, we're just taking this to the next. We're just taking this. Let's take a look. Okay.
I just heard someone say settle it. So I think they're going to try to settle this in some way. Or someone's going to hope they can settle it in some way or something. I just heard settle it.
Settle it. You know, every time I touch into Tucker Carlson's energy, I'm sick to my stomach. And when I follow that sickness in, he is just one ball of anxiety and nerves and just pressing. He may not present that, you know, on when he's on the news. He's literally carrying everything in his stomach. It's just, there's only so long you can hold on to a tightrope, or there's only so long that you can hold on before the rope snaps, or
right.
something like that. Gosh, it just feels like he's going to ride it till it just snaps. Like he's not, he himself, he's not going to make a change. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I also think too that there are people on the right that just they're saying this stuff because they're getting paid, or they're saying this stuff because I really think he does believe a lot of the stuff he says. I do think he is, for entertainment purposes only, a white supremacist. I do think he has those views. I do think he thinks that stuff. I think he's getting more and more comfortable saying it out loud, and he's in an echo chamber where people are agreeing with him. So I think you're right, Debbie. I think he will hold on to this because it is what he believes. He believes this stuff. You know, there are some people that don't believe it at all, and they're just saying it because they want to get paid. I don't know which is worse. It's all horrible, but I do think he does maybe not believe every single thing, but I do think that he has a lot of those tendencies, and he's happy to be saying it. He has a place he can say it.
Yeah, I agree. But again, that's coming to an end. This lawsuit, he's losing assistance. Like he's losing his connections with this lawsuit.
Yeah. William, I don't think they will either. I don't think they'll settle it either. I think they want to, though. I think that's good. They're going to try. Go ahead, Debbie. I'm sorry.
No. So he's losing any connection or loyalty or whatever. It's all going to come to an end, destroying, eating away at. There's just, and it is not going to. I don't. He wants to settle it, but I don't know that it's going to be settled out of court. I feel like it's going to be left to the court.
Because I keep hearing someone saying settle it, and it's like I think you're absolutely right, William. I don't think they can. I think that's what they want to do, but I think they're going to go for it.
This is literally.
I think they may win too. So yeah.
Yeah, and this is literally the card of in the hands, controlled by outside forces, literally. So
Interesting. Yeah.
This is not looking good for him.
Because that's what these people do, right? They do awful things. Then they finally get them to court, and then they settle the case, and they never have to pay any consequences. And I think you're right. I think they're going to want to do the same thing here, and they're going to say, no way.
Interesting, because it's not just about the money, it's about destroying this option for people. It's bigger picture here. They want to stop people from speaking speaking lies or whatever.
Right. Propaganda.
Propaganda. They want to stop this. So basically, almost making an example out of Tucker Carlson in this situation to stop others from moving forward and thinking, oh, well, we'll just settle, these little things out of court. No. Nope. How about, that's hilarious. Okay. Thank you for that question, Tina. All right. Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl. Stephen Miller was subpoenaed by the January 6th committee. He filed a lawsuit. What will happen? He filed a lawsuit against the...
to not appear? Is that what it... So he won't have to appear?
That's interesting. I hadn't heard this, so hopefully someone will school us on this a little bit, but I didn't hear that he filed a lawsuit. A lawsuit towards who, I wonder. But let's see. Will Tucker...
I see him talking.
Ooh.
I see him talking. So I don't know if they compel him to, or if he goes in and just pleads the fifth, but I do feel like he talks.
Okay. Debsy says it's against them getting his phone phone records because he's on his parents' phone plan.
I feel like he has to talk to them. That's what I keep getting.
So the lawsuit is about phone records.
Phone records, right.
Thank you, you guys. All right. Over his emails and family, because he's on his family.
So the phone records are subpoenaed. Well, I actually see him physically talking to them. So there is something coming up for him. So whatever they find in the phone records or whatever, he has to talk. Or he does talk or something, because I'm seeing him talking to them. Even if I see him talking.
But it's not like he's doing it happily, just so you all know.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. He is unhappy. Throwing things. That's the energy around him. Like,
yeah, I think you're right. It's to save something, though. He's doing it to save something, or do what if?
Wow. Yeah, he is not happy. Oh gosh.
I feel like he gets put between a rock and a hard place. There's some reason he has to go and talk to them. He has to do it. There's something going on. He has to
have something against him. They have something from his past that they're going, look at this. Okay, I have to talk because you have this on me.
Yeah, because it feels completely like you said, like he does not want to at all. But it also feels like to save something. So I don't know if he thinks that if he goes and testifies, maybe he can just save himself or whatever, but because it doesn't feel like it's like, it feels like it's all about me. It's about me. So whatever they have, I think you're right, Debbie. It's something on him. He's not getting out of it.
Yeah, he is not. And so I did throw some cards. He is not happy, and exactly what I see of him. Like when I stepped in and looked at him, he's like, and he just threw stuff, and he's like he had to, but he is pissed about it. And this is the energy around.
Oh my gosh.
Five of Wands.
Yeah. A big giant baby.
Big giant baby. But yeah, something from his past is coming in with that Six of Cups. So he has to do it, that Eight of Swords. He has no other choice there. There's no way out of it. He is not happy about it. And, justice is not on his side. And here's that Four of Cups where they're like, you have to do this. He's like, I don't want to. Look at them all. No, I don't want to. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Interesting. I wonder what it is. I wonder what they bring, what they're dangling.
I don't know, because I keep getting the word save. Like I have to save something. I'm saving something. So I don't know.
Do you think it's a family member?
Because I'm also getting like it's about me. So I feel like,
oh, it's about him.
Maybe it will be money. Maybe it's like I can't afford to keep fighting this, or I can't afford. I don't know, but I feel like I have to save this. This is something about saving himself or what he has in some way. That's all I can't quite put my finger on exactly what it is. That's what it feels like. It's like I have to save something for myself.
Every time I try to ask, I just see him so angry.
So angry. Like, oh,
that he was pushed into this corner. Like,
you know what? His family can't stand him. I just remember that his family cannot stand him. Maybe they turn stuff over or something, and it forces him to have to go and say. I don't know, but I know I don't know about his parents, but I know like he has that one uncle that wrote that awful article about him, and he's got family that does not like him at all. So if they see a chance to throw him under the bus, they may take it.
Oh, wow. I kind of agree with yeah. Interesting. Well, he's definitely not a happy squirrel.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
He is not happy. And I wonder if this makes him have to leave or something at the end of this whole thing, if he's kind of forced out to plug along a different journey. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah. Maybe that's what he's trying to save, is his career or something, or his reputation, or I don't know, but he feels he has to do it, whether he likes it or not, even if he has a baby fit or not, he has to do it.
Harley Girl says his parents still like him. They kept him on their phone plan.
I was going to say, I don't know about his parents. I know his uncle can't stand him, but I'm sure his parents think he's wonderful.
Cheryl, aren't these fun? I love these. These are the mystical medleys. So if anybody's interested, mystical medleys.
So cute.
They're fun.
Really fun.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Cheryl. Okay.
I know, reputation. Well, I got reputation, but I guess you know what I mean.
Right. They're like
whatever those people in that crowd.
Yeah.
Not out in Normalsville. In Crazyville.
Okay. Hi, Joni. So Joni asks, the Russians' propaganda being repeated by Tuckums is unconscionable, especially regarding biolabs being replayed on Russia state TV. Will Tucker be stopped? Okay, so we talked a little, not this specifically though, this specific. Okay. Okay, will he be stopped?
I just feel like Fox backing away, like everybody backing away from Putin. Like, I don't want to be associated with that guy. Forget it. And it's just going to get too. They won't want to be involved. Even Tuckums.
Yeah. Thank you,
unless he goes and works for Russian TV or something. But I don't think that will happen. He's getting money from them too. I hate to say, for entertainment purposes only. He's getting. I always see him sitting at that table with. I know he wasn't there in the actual picture, but I always see him. That picture of when Flynn was sitting with Putin, and do you remember that? And he gave speeches there. It was long. It was during the election, long 2016 election. But it was back then, and I keep seeing, whenever they bring up Tucker Carlson and Russia, I always see that picture of them all sitting at that table. So I feel like that he gets money from them somehow, whether it's they are like promising him speaking engagements there, or they're promising him something. But I feel like they're roping him in with like future money is what it feels like.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. But let's see, will he be stopped? Yes.
Yeah, I think, like I said, I feel all of Fox just kind of backing away from.
Yep.
So, stopped. That's up to, and it's up to him if he stops. I mean, it's up to him if he stops. Like you said, he may just go down with the ship because he's so adamant that he's right.
Yes. That's true. And that means he'll be stopped.
Yes, well, that's it. He will stop one way or the other. He will, yes.
Way or another. But yeah, you are absolutely correct about this. He definitely is connected with money. So you see him be, that money connection across the seas, across the ocean, money connection. And he just, he's the fool, just going along with this. Yeah.
He is the fool. Yeah, you're right, Linda. Their economy is collapsing, but but Putin lies, right? So, and they all lie. So they're just going to say, "Oh no, it's fine. We've got money. We're fine. We've got plenty of money, and we'll be the ones that will have all the money." You can just hear them. What they probably tell these gullible Tucker Carlson will. It's gross, but. It will blow up in his face. Yes, it will be like the Looney Tune. They have the exploding cigar.
Exactly.
That's what it is like. It's like it will blow up in his face.
It will.
It is a mess. Yeah.
Yeah. So he will be. I love this. I love Andrea's cards. They just tell it like it is. It will end up that he will stop. I mean, he will be stopped. Going to be revealed. So, but it is. It is infuriating. Totally
it is.
And thank you, Chris. Again, blessings to you. All right.
We were talking about this too, but somebody was saying there needs to be a law about this this kind of like propaganda, just lies, blatant lies about things, because it is so poisonous. Now we see, right, what's going on in Ukraine, how it affected us here. It's a poison, and there has to be some kind of, yes, free speech, but there has to be some kind of, like, if it's a blatant lie, at least they have to say, and this is a blatant lie, but you know what I mean? It's like there has to be some kind of way to categorize this, because it's so damaging.
It really is.
It's caused violence. It's caused people to be killed, because of January 6th and be hurt. And
exactly,
there has to be some kind of parameters around this. You can't yell fire in a crowded theater. There should be some kind of, I don't know what they are. I don't know how you do it, but there has to be after this, all of this. It's too damaging.
With these people, they could say, I'm totally lying to you right now, but let me tell you what's happening. And people would listen and go, oh my gosh, that's what's happening.
I know.
They totally missed it. They said, I'm totally lying to you. You know what I mean? They could do that.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, have parameters where you can say it up to this point, but that after this point, it's propaganda, and that's not legal. You know what I mean? Something like that. I don't know how you do it, but there has to be a way, because Fox has been kicked out of plenty of countries. I know that the UK has kicked them out. So if the UK can say that's not okay here, it's doing damage here, so you cannot do this. There has to be a way to do this. There has to. The fairness doctrine, exactly. Just reinstate the fairness doctrine.
Yeah, there you go. And a long time ago, I don't even know when now, when I read on this, my guides had brought in that this is going to usher in a time where it's everything like explodes, and it has to be revamped. Things will change in the way news is brought in. There's going to be like newer regulations and like that, because of all what happened. They're going to be able to look at this as a case study and go, we don't want to do that, so how do we make it better?
Right.
So anyways, yeah. Okay. So let's see. You're moving along.
Yes, Wendy Reagan. I mean, he started it. So much of this stuff goes back to him. Like I said, all of this stuff didn't accumulate overnight. This has been coming for years, and they've just been pushing the red line further and further. How far can we go? How far can we go? And we're going over a cliff. So we're gonna have to change it all. We have to. We just have to. Yes, it is all purposeful. I absolutely agree with that. Smiling heart. I do agree with that. It is for a purpose. It will be for a purpose. Okay, Tina Perucci.
Hi, Tina. Tina's really good with the questions. She's always has good questions. Bar is promoting his book. In an interview, he stated he bears no responsibility for people believing that there would be widespread fraud in the election. How will his book sales do?
Well, but Barr did say there was no fraud in the election. He did do that. But by then it's like he had covered for Trump so much. He was clearly part of the problem.
Clearly.
And brought us to that point. So he does bear responsibility, whether he wants to admit it or not. I always get his health this terrible when I read on him.
Every single
I always feel stomach stuff and like I feel awful when I feel like his health is terrible. He never feels good. He always feels crappy.
Mm-hmm. just wondering, when I kind of stepped into this energy, I heard that, they're going to be going along, but then they're going to plummet. And I felt like then I asked, I said, what's that about? Is like, does some kind of information come through that implicates him even more, where those sales would plummet? I sense that with this book, he's trying to be distracting away from truth, what really happened.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like, here, look, I'm a good guy. Look, here's some information. Here's some snippets of, working in my position where I was. And this is snippets of what I know, like that. He's trying to get away and trying to throw people off track. However, I don't see that working for him. I feel like something's going to come in. Those books are going to plummet. I just sense that there's some information that's going to come to light here. But yeah, he's trying to get away. Look at him trying to get away here. He's like, trying to get away with a little information, Here,
that's so interesting, because I'm getting like too little too late. So I feel like he's trying to almost rewrite history or rework it in a way like he's the hero in some way, or he is the hero in some way. And it's not. I keep hearing too little too late. And then I'm also feeling like there's something about him. It's like nobody's interested. It's like nobody wants. It almost reminds me a little bit of John Bolton, a little bit like that. Kind of like, you should have talked when you were there. You should have spoken up. No use doing it now. And you're not really that interesting of a character. We don't want to hear from you. It's almost like that. It's like you're not. So it is.
You're not that interesting.
You're not interesting. It is kind of like that. It's like nobody wants to hear you. Because I feel like you're right. I feel like some people will buy it because they're Republicans or they like him or whatever, but it's not going to be like, they do that thing where all the right-wing evangelicals buy them in bulk and they're on the number one list for a day and then it stops. It'll be something like that. Because nobody cares. Nobody cares.
So I dove into
thank you, Catherine.
Andrea's cards. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Blessings to you. Mm-hmm. And so those book sales are going to come to a halt because the truth is going to come out about something.
Oh,
some kind of truth, exactly what I was being shown. And it's going to, and again, we see the courtroom here. Mm-hmm. And then soon, and it's going to be according to Andrea's cards, a shitstorm or whatever.
Brown, I would say brown. Also, brown is like bland and boring. Like it's kind of bland and boring. Nobody likes you. You're not an interesting character.
Not an interesting character. We'll go with that because this is.
But yes, you're right. It's gonna. I think you're right. I think it's gonna. A lot of stuff's gonna come out in that report, in the hearings, and you're right. Somebody was saying how slippery he is. Again, the snake, right? How slippery he is with answers, how he'll twist things. And I think people are really tired of that. I think people really are just really tired of people giving half truths and not trying to keep people in the dark and things like that. People are done. They want to know what happened. They want to know what's going on, and they're done with these kind of people.
Yep. And it's, it's bigger than him. This was at the bottom of the deck, the FBI card. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, there you go on Bar's book. Thank you, Tina. All right.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I miss Al Franken too. I miss. There is a lot of Democrats that I feel like were run out of town for whatever reason, and I miss them. So, I don't know. Yeah,
So
he got swept up in a lot of the Me Too stuff. You know, that happens. That does happen.
So here's a question.
Thank you, Catherine.
From Steve, but I want to wait till the end, the last question, and do this one.
Okay.
Nice.
All right.
A message from St. Michael. That'll be nice at the end, Steve. Okay. All right. So let's see who's next. Allison, hello. Hi, Allison. Oh, Catherine, thank you. Blessings to you. Will Trump's private conversation with Putin in Helsinki ever come out about what they discussed? Interpreted like
spill the beans.
Will the conversation with Putin in Helsinki come out? Ooh.
I just saw it on it, like, that's weird. So I just saw like, you know, like in the old, like say olden days, but like around the like the 30s and 40s when they had like the old newsreels before movies. I saw it on that, and I feel like it's almost like history will put it together for us, like what they talked about. You know what I mean? Something like that, like we'll be able to figure out exactly what they talked about because of what's going to be happening. It hasn't quite happened yet, but once stuff kind of happens, it's going to be like, oh, this is what they talked about in Helsinki. It's like history will know. We will know.
It kind of reveal itself.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't know if it'll be the interpreter. It feels like we put the pieces together and history tells us what it is.
It's funny that you said pieces because I was getting bits and pieces. And I'm like, bits and pieces? What do you mean bits and pieces? We're going to get this in bits and pieces. And you just said as history unfolds.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be fun to throw some of Andrea's cards on this.
Yeah. So they will not, I mean, none of this will, I really do think history will set all this right. You know, it will tell the real story. We will know exactly what happened. It's not going to, all of the gaslighting and all of that stuff it's not going to do anything for the way this looks in history. It's going to be correct. We're going to put the pieces together. I don't think it will be as direct as like interpreters spilling the beans. Maybe it will be. I wish it was that. Maybe it will. To me, it feels more like we put it together. We figure it out.
Right. And so I did get a no on that interpreter coming through. You have the Knight of Wands. So no, it won't be like that where someone comes through and says, you know, here's the whistleblower. This is what came out. So that's a no on that. However, I do see it playing out. I do see the truth coming out over time. Oh, look at this. So yes, you have the Ace of Pentacles and the truth coming in.
Right.
And the connections will be made, and the tea will be spilled. The tea. The dirty martini will be spilled. So, and it's going to show how kind of he made the decision to step in and do whatever was was happening. So it will be clear, but like you said, I don't feel either the bits and pieces coming out will be over time and as history plays out. Yeah. Good question though. All right.
Yeah, that was a good question.
Thank you, Allison. Okay. Am I missing all the little chit chat here? I'm usually.
I say, Miss Book needs to be in the outhouse. It's like
There you go, William.
Well, saying the outhouse too is like so like old timey, just like William Barr. It's like,
well, I mean, he did get the brown card. You know, who knows? Maybe
that's true. He did, and I always get stomach stuff with him. So we don't know.
We just don't know what that.
We don't want to know.
I don't really want to know how that's all going to play out, but. All right, let's go ahead and look for another question here. I so appreciate hanging out with everybody tonight. Thank you for hanging out, you guys.
Me too. Me too.
Right. Okay. Hi, Melissa. Will the expanded tax credit pass this year? Is that the children's tax?
I think that is the child care tax credit or whatever.
Now I read on this week sometime. Oh, I guess it would have been Wednesday. And I feel like what kind of came of it is they're doing some revamping to make it better. They're doing some revamping to make it better. I don't think it's going to pass this year. However, I feel like in time for that would have to be this year, wouldn't it? I guess what I was.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I'm not sure it'll be in time of this year, but I do feel they're going to revamp and make it better. Stronger, I should say.
It's weird because I feel like it's weird because I feel like they might. It almost feels like that, when the Republicans were so against the last thing that passed, and then they took credit for it. But they all voted against it, and then it feels like that, and because it feels like it's around the election kind of thing, and so I don't know. That's what I'm getting is I feel like they because I just feel like they're just so. But so many of them want to get reelected, and they have lots of moms and lots of working moms in there.
That's true. That is true.
And yet they're so uncooperative but I'm feeling like they kind of like it's one of those things where it is so just annoying and obnoxious because it barely passes, but they take credit for it as if they did it, and they didn't.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's all connected to this whole yucky system of control, and
it is. It's messed up values big time.
So it looks like they're feeling the fire under their, like you were saying, they have to look at this. If they want the votes, they have to look at this, right? They're feeling that fire under their butts to look at this and to make some changes here.
Yeah, and I think you may be right, Debbie, that maybe they negotiate with them enough so that they'll actually vote for it, and then of course they won't vote for it, but will barely pass, and then they'll take all the credit. I mean, it's just so annoying. They're so annoying.
But yeah, they're feeling there's a lot of unknowns here,
right?
And I'm telling you, that system that wants to keep everybody under their thumb, so to speak, is so strong. That old system, but it doesn't work anymore.
Right. Right.
And time is coming to an end here for them. And guess what? In the future, yeah, it's very hopeful. We have happy change.
I love that. I love happy change.
I do too. And this is a lot of hope coming in here.
Oh, it's Debbie, a free bird. Aww.
So, yeah. lots of hope and change. But I don't know. She wanted to know, is it going to be before? And you're thinking that it's one of those really close things or whatever. So let's hope for that it actually does pass this year.
And it also, some of these things, they haven't been decided yet. Some people are thinking there's no way I'm voting for that thing. And then the last minute they have to vote for it. Things change. Things are not set in stone. And that's why it's so important that we don't give up, that we have to vote and we have to have other people vote. And we have to do these things because otherwise they won't get done. So we can change the outcomes of things. They are not just written in stone. We're here to do that. Joanne
says that Trump has a rally tonight.
Oh, no, we're missing his rally. Debbie.
Oh, shoot. Okay, we'll hurry you guys so we can catch the end of it. I can't even listen to it.
Who is going? I'm like, what? How does he have rallies still? Who is going? He's just a grifter. It's so who's going to these things? Stop going.
And then he says things like, we are strongly blah, 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 thinking about, running, for, in 2024, just so he can get those supporters. We're strongly, how he does, where he uses 10 of those words in a row.
The 10 words he knows.
Yeah, exactly.
Extremely
strongly intending to whatever. Let's see.
Yeah, he's not gonna be able to run.
Here looks like on this question we're going back over to Russia. Hi, Sparky. Anything on how Belarusian president took the Russian assault on Belarus today? I missed that.
What happened?
Yeah. Anybody know about this before we dive in? I hadn't heard about this. Thank you, Skyrider. Thank you. Blessings.
Thank you. That's concerning.
That is weird.
Let me look at my news feed.
Yeah, I didn't even see that on here. World. I don't have it on my, let's see, okay, so Tribal Woman says 3 strikes and, that's 3 strikes and you're out. I have only heard that Belarus has agreed to send their soldiers in to attack Ukraine. That's what I heard today. But I didn't hear that.
Oh, maybe they meant like maybe a verbal attack of some kind, like insulting them.
Oh, okay. We went straight to war. Okay, so yes, Belarus president said we're planning to attack with biological weapons. Does he really believe what he says? Oh, yes, Russian aircraft turned around and hit Belarus to blame Ukraine per a video. Okay, well, how about I was just trying to create a false flag event. Okay. Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, let's see where the president is. I know the last time I checked in his energy, he was just kind of like a frozen robot, kind of like, well, I'm going to die anyways. I have to do what he says. Like, like just a frozen robot. it's almost like he's like, I'm a dead man walking. Like I just, every time I step, he's just like, I'm a dead man walking. Like there's no win-win for him anywhere in this whole situation.
So I just heard sell them out. I feel like there might be some. It's almost like there might be some kind of like mercenary kind of thing happening. Maybe maybe they're getting paid for their soldiers or something. I just feel like there's something with something. He's getting money for something. I don't know what this is.
Ooh.
But I just heard sell them out. So I don't.
Oh.
So I don't know if he's like literally selling the soldiers or selling. I don't know. It kind of feels like that. It feels like a. And you're right, Debbie. His energy is very flat. Part of it is just apathetic, like he doesn't care. But also, I do think you're right. I think there's something. He just kind of has to do what he has to do. Is how he thinks of it. I think. Interesting.
Interesting. Interesting. And I don't. There's a red flag meant to try to get Belarus to attack Ukraine.
Oh.
But Joni says, yeah.
Oh, so maybe that's why I'm hearing sell them out.
Yeah, that really connects with that.
Yeah.
Oh, and you know, and this might be taking us, sorry guys, but when you said a long time ago when we were reading on this, and you said, I keep getting the Trojan horse. But
yes.
that's what Putin was doing. He was like putting things right in there and like, no, we're just, doing this little, we're just here, we're just practicing, you know what I mean?
Right.
It was total Trojan horse move. So I wanted to say that.
Right. Yes. Thank you for remembering and for figuring that out, because I never did. So he's like, why did I say that?
In fact, people have said, like on the news, it was Trojan horse. It was a Trojan horse.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How
and you nailed that. You nailed it. But
so he's paying Syrian mercenaries to come in, claiming they are volunteers. Oh, yeah. I see. Okay. But sell them out. And so if they actually had an assault on Belarus, saying it was Ukraine so that Belarus would get involved, they're trying to sell them out basically. And Belarus was willing to kind of help Russia. I feel like there might be a problem now.
Yeah.
I guess that's what he's saying. The president feels like he sold him out. That's the answer, I guess.
That is the answer.
I'm like, what?
That is.
It takes me a while. My guys are like, how long does it take you to figure this out?
I'm wondering, this is not going to play out well, I think, for Russia for doing this.
Yeah.
You have, being sold out here with the birds. And then look at that. Karma's going to come right back on.
Oh, wow. Yeah. It's like every decision has been awful. Every decision has been awful.
But the rest of this message is very interesting. And so maybe everybody can help us figure this out. But I have soon and grateful. Soon, the world will be grateful. Just breathe.
Yeah.
I mean, these words coming together, that's kind of interesting. we will be free of this man.
Mm-hmm.
We will be free of that man. Interesting.
Yes.
I don't know what that has to do with Belarus, except that, yeah, he was.
So someone just said, yeah, Belarus was bombed by Russia. But yeah, I think they were, that's the way he feels about it. We were sold out.
Exactly what
he sold us out.
Sold us out.
Well,
I don't think it's going to bode well in the end.
Yes, Tiny Dancer. I think the president. The question was, how does the president feel about the assault on Russia today? And the answer came to me. He sold them out, and so I think that's the way that he's going to see it. Is like.
Yeah, and in this,
they were used basically. They were used in this plan that Putin has about everybody turning against. He's trying to always make Ukraine look like the bad guy, and he can't because they haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah, this is.
He's trying to do this in different ways, and it's not going to work.
I feel like this is going to backfire.
Yeah, big time. Big time.
Okay,
yes.
Let's see. So now we're going to move into the last question here that Steve brought up. Hi, Steve, and thank you for this beautiful question. And thank you for everyone for the amazing questions. There's a whole list of them that we didn't get to, but thank you so much for such great questions.
Yes, and I have an appointment with Cheryl right after this. So Cheryl, I'll talk to you in a minute.
Cool.
So,
does Saint Michael have a message for us? Saint Michael. What I'm sensing here with the message coming in right now is to utilize anything that brings you like that fear that comes on or that anxiety. Use that for to energize power for the good. Don't let it try not to let it consume you, but kind of take it and use it for to empower you. Use that to empower you. A lot of times we get caught up in the anxieties and so forth, and it overpowers us instead of us using it as a weapon for good. So if you find yourself sitting in that anxiety, use it for a weapon for good and power for good. You are powerful beings, he said. You're powerful beings, and yet you sit under a cloud of helplessness, or you sit under a cloud of helplessness. But you're powerful beings. Use that power to So, we're all made of energy, right? We can move energy. So use that power. You're not helpless. Empower yourself to move and intentionally, like, send out the prayers.
I was thinking that when you were talking about that anxiety energy to kind of it's kind of like anger. It's a movable energy. It's not a great one to just fester in, but it's movable. It is movable. And so when you're in that, you can kind of move it into action. So yeah, I understand that. And it's interesting because I feel like I keep getting messages about it's almost like to be patient with others, to be patient in the way others have to learn, in the way of it's like it may not be us that has to learn some of these lessons, but others have to. And so the bystanders, the people that have to kind of bear witness to this stuff, and I do feel like it's kind of is like be patient, because not everybody learns in the same way. It has had the same life experience. It really is important for us to I don't think not judge. To me, it feels more like be patient with this learning process that some people have to go through, and it's not, that is not an easy position to be in. The position of observer, position of having to bear witness to all this hard stuff, this difficult stuff. But it is a learning. It is helping these people that have to learn this stuff.
Yep.
They are going to learn this. They are going to. And we just have to kind of hang in there. And like you said, Debbie, I think we got that it was like the two sides of that message. We've got to be patient, and we kind of have to wait for these people to learn, but we can also do what we can. If we can do something, do it. If you can, do.
Yes.
And if you can't, then just try to just really, really be patient with these other. He didn't say morons, but I'm going to say morons.
Amen. Yeah, no, he didn't say. So we are all part of the collective conscience, he says. I did draw some cards on part of to bring in the rest of his message here, and we are part of that collective conscious. Know that you are enough to bring that progress and movement of energy. So do that. Step into your power as part of that collective conscious, that garden. I am enough in Rider, bringing that in, moving that in. Powerful. And thank you, Steve, for that question. So let's link together, guys. Let's make it happen. Let's do this.
Thanks for inviting me, Debbie, and thanks for hanging out, everybody. It's been a hard week.
It has, and so
long week.
It has, and just happy that we could come together, gather tonight, and take a look at some of this stuff together. And thank you for your just beautiful healing presence that everybody adores, and so much peace. Just with your energy for everyone. So we appreciate you.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Hugging the family here, hugging you all, and we'll see you all again soon. It is Friday, so I'll see you on Sunday a couple times.
Yay! Wait.
But then we'll all see you again next week. Blessings, everyone.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.